So you want to begin lying on your back. You are then going to lift one leg and then the other into a tabletop. We gently lift the neck and the head off the floor. And then we're going to take a block. If you don't have a block, you can use a kitchen roll or maybe a toilet roll. It's just anything that you can sandwich in between your thigh and your forearm. All you're going to do then is the leg and the arm that is free is then going to extend out and then come back in. The aim of this is that you want to keep your lower back flush against the floor without it lifting up and arching away from the floor. So you go as low as you can go. It may not be as low as I'm going in the video. You may only go maybe there and then come back in again. The most important part is the form of this exercise. You want to keep your spine and pelvis stable whilst your arms and legs move freely. So make sure that you do both sides. So a dish, also known as a hollow body hold, is a staple in gymnastics and also in circus training as well. So we start with the legs up towards the ceiling. We're then going to hover the arms off the floor and gently lift your head off the floor without crunching your neck. We then start lowering the legs down towards the floor. Go as low as you personally can go. Again, same as the dead bug, keeping your lower back flush against the floor. So if it starts lifting up and arching away from the floor, you have gone too far for the level that you are at right now, and you need to lift the legs up a little bit higher. As I've just demonstrated then, if you want to make this even harder, you can take your arms up above your head. Again, the aim of this exercise is core stability. So form is the most important part, not going low. Be strict with your form, my friends. Be strict. So for this exercise, I would recommend that you are able to do a normal plank for 1 minute with good form before you do this. So the starting position is obviously a plank. You are then going to essentially slide your feet backwards and forwards so that you open the shoulder angle and then close the shoulder angle. If you have sliders, you can use sliders. If you don't, just find a kind of shiny floor, kitchen floor, maybe a bathroom floor, place a tea towel or a towel underneath your feet and use that instead. If you don't want to do that or you don't have access to any of that equipment or a shiny floor, you can do it without, and you simply just rock forwards and backwards on your feet like I am demonstrating in the video. Again, form is key, so don't let your hips sink and don't let the bum rise up in the air. RKC stands for Russian Kettlebell Club, but there is no Russians and no kettlebells in this exercise. So it looks like a normal plank. Absolutely not. So what happens is you want to squeeze the legs together, squeeze your quads, squeeze your bum, make your hands into fists and squeeze those together. And then you want to squeeze your forearms towards your toes and your toes towards your forearms. It's essentially you are adding tension to this exercise purposefully. So for this one, we have my lovely assistant. Welcome back, my dad. Please, please, please be careful with who you choose to do this with. They have to be heavier than you because they have to counterbalance you. If you have an immovable object that you can use, I would highly recommend to use that instead. So there you go. That is a full Dragonflag. It's a very advanced move. So I'm now going to break it down into slightly easier chunks. So number one kind of regression for this is literally just doing a leg lift. So you can hold on to someone if you need to, and you just lower the legs down, bring them back up. And again, form is key. Do not let your lower back lift off the floor. If you want to make it slightly harder, you can then get your partner to push your legs down. And you then have to control the lowering and the lifting back up again. So it's all about control and precision. Okay, so the next progression that you can then do is you would then lift the hips up and all the way back down. So obviously it's different to the full Dragonflag in that you're not going up in a straight line. You are curling your spine. So technically this is actually not core stability because your spine is moving through flexion and extension, but it is a nice progression towards the full Dragonflag. Okay, so then our next progression is rolling or curling up and then doing the lowering phase of this movement in a straight line. So you would lower in a straight line and then curl back up and then again lower down in a straight line. I'm not going to lie, this is an advanced exercise. You want to be in a straight line, so you should, you know, be able to hold a dish first very well, and it's also a good exercise for your lats. So yeah, the last one's kind of just a bit of fun.